3, 2, 1.
Why in the world would you do something that unselfish?
It's the Bitcoin ethos, right? Bitcoin is permissionless, right? You don't have to talk to anyone. You don't have to get a job at some company to work on it, to get Bitcoin, to build on Bitcoin. Mining had gotten away from that. And it just seemed messed up that here we have this, open, decentralized, permissionless money that is Bitcoin. But one of the most important parts of Bitcoin, which is Bitcoin mining, is totally locked down and proprietary. That just seemed ridiculous to me. So I just started making it.
Welcome to Sat Chats, the Bitcoin podcast where we chat about sats. Sats are the smallest part of a Bitcoin, the same way pennies are the smallest part of a dollar. With Sat Chats, we are building the world's biggest Bitcoin welcome center to serve as your gateway to generational wealth. So if you are brand new to Bitcoin, we want to chat about sats with you. Head to satchats.com to grab your slot in the studio today. I'm your host, Stuart.
And I'm your co-host, Anna Bevan. And with us today in the actual studio is 137 Skot.
Yes. And for everybody who already knows who they're looking at, get ready because your boy is here in person, okay? Has that ever happened on any other podcast before where you've been in person? Or is it all virtual?
I have been to in-person podcasts, but
boo, cut that out. Never mind.
Fewer and far between. It's the way to go.
This
is so much cooler.
It's so much cooler.
Yes.
We're not like Zoom in or whatever. Like that's just not cool.
Yeah.
So you might be able to tell from his cap that Skot has the BitAxe to his name. This is the dude who made the BitAxe. This is the guy that because I was looking into trying to buy like a miner with SAS mining, and it was like $3,000 to $5,000 to have one miner attached to their waterfall in Paraguay. And it's like, okay. And then I heard about your BitAxe. I'm like, dude, for $200, I could have like a lottery ticket in my laundry. And I actually brought it here today. You might have seen it just a second ago.
Yeah.
This is my BitAxe, dude. I've talked about this many times on the show, how I have a little BitAxe in my laundry. And you can see there's dust where the fan has been.
All right.
This ain't for show here. This BitAxe has been working its butt off, dude.
That's the thing to do. That's what you want to do. They look cool, but they're way cooler plugged in.
Yes.
And cooler plugged in.
Let it be known that my desire to demonstrate my BitAxe to you, the creator of the BitAxe, overrode my desire to keep it running in case I could solve a block. So I'm literally losing 6 to 7 lottery tickets today as a result of bringing this in. And it kind of kills me on the inside, but I also wanted to bring it and demonstrate to you my little BitAxe, which it looks like Altair built for me. So
how long have you had that BitAxe?
So I was telling Scott downstairs that for my birthday last year, I asked Kristen if I could buy myself a BitAxe.
Oh, so we're on like a year.
So it's been from October 1. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's been whirring away in my laundry room, man. And whenever it's like, when it'll be like, ooh, and then I'll go in there and be like, ooh, and I'm like, dude, I hope that means you're solving a block, bro.
Working hard.
And I'm like, keep going, little buddy, keep going. I mean, it's basically, I tell people it's like trying to compete against F1 racers with an electric scooter. You're probably not going to win, but you can technically win.
You can.
You can technically win.
So check this out. Every single Bitcoin block, all of them, since the very beginning, well, since ASICs have been made, every single block is solved by a single chip, just like the one that's in there.
Oh.
So because you have a big miner, it's full of hundreds of chips in those big miners, but only one of them solves the block. You just have more chances when you have more chips, but same chip that's in there as in the big miners.
Okay, so are you saying that if I had like an ASIC with, let's say, 10 chips in it, because we're getting way outside of what we know very quickly.
Very quickly, yeah.
It's not that the 10 chips become one chip spiritually. It's 10 chips that are guessing in parallel to where ultimately the strength of one chip is what gets you the block solved.
Yeah. You can kind of think of it as like, that's buying one lottery ticket, but your chances would be better if you bought 10 lottery tickets or 300 lottery tickets. But it's not like they're working together. I mean, they're kind of working together in that they aren't guessing the same numbers.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
you're just increasing your chances with more chips, but it's the same, lottery ticket.
I tell you something, man, because I bought this about a year ago. These BitAxes are getting progressively more degenerate in that, like, now they got a BitAxe model and it's like this tall.
Yeah.
Like they're getting more and more powerful.
Oh yeah.
For you to plug in at home. And recently I've been thinking, well, if I get another one of these, there's some kind of way to kind of put both of my little BitAxes in a little pool by themselves and kind of double my chances, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I solo mine with this sucker. I ain't trying to join no pool with this sucker.
Yes, let's
I'm
go.
trying
That's
to
the
yeet
way.
myself into it. Because if I come away with 3.125 Bitcoin, are you kidding me? That would be insane.
100% worth it.
For someone from the class of
Let's go.
2024 like me, that would be absolutely, it would change my life.
Yeah.
It would change my life.
Do you hear about when people like solved a block?
I
using
do, but that's not like anything special for me, right? People just go
Yeah.
nuts, right? We hear about it on Twitter. Like, that's where I find out about it.
Oh, cool.
There's nothing about the BitAxe that like phones home to me or tells me specifically.
They don't
just-
write you handwritten notes.
No, and they shouldn't, right? If you solve a block, you should not tell anyone, much less me.
Ooh.
I'm just throwing that out there. Always pay your taxes, but you have non-KYC Bitcoin now in your
Yeah.
wallet. So what you choose to do with that is up to you. I wouldn't necessarily limit your options by telling everyone right away. But yeah, we hear about it on Twitter. There's been 3 solo mined BitAxe blocks that we know about.
Yeah, because it kind of almost makes like Bitcoin Twitter news when it happens.
It does.
Because they almost kind of reverse engineer from the fact that it's like, it shows that it came out of like publicpool.io or whatever. Like, okay, somebody freaking solo mined this thing. Like,
Yes.
and that, I can't wait. I can't wait to not tell anybody about the block that
I know,
I
right?
saw.
It's going to be hard, but
I'm actually
I'll text you privately because,
Okay.
you're going to be,
his new best friend.
I mean, number 60 Simple Steve is the bestie. And I have to be
Loyal to
respectful of that.
that. Yeah.
But I was driving back over here because I went home real quick to get this. And I was like, I'm pretty certain Scott's going to be like, new bestie. We're going to be new best friends.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Would you say that we're besties?
Absolutely. 100% no bestie.
Yes, dude. Yeah, I mean, it is crazy to me that here I am in Raleigh, and the Bitcoin meetup is run by a PhD rocket scientist,
Mhm.
Big Lebowski style, chilled out dude who has solved for life thanks to Bitcoin. But also in that group is Skot, who made the BitAxe. I'm like, what's happening where Raleigh is? And of course, we had JC on the show as well.
Yep.
He's number 108.
Yep.
He's a total Chad. I mean, we have like an embarrassment of Bitcoiner riches here in Raleigh, and I just want to know why. You know what I mean?
I don't
Valid
know.
question.
I don't know. People just keep coming out of the woodwork around here, right? Just like, no way, you're around here.
Mhm.
Bitcoiners tend to keep to themselves a bit, but like just constantly meeting new folks around here. It's awesome.
We have had a couple of events at the house.
We had Bitcoin Pizza Day here,
Yeah.
which was fun.
And then we had our first annual Bit Pickin', which is around No Bitcoin Holiday. It's sort of a drought of Bitcoin holidays. So we
Okay.
made our own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about this. Sounds amazing. What is
Yeah,
Bitcoin?
thank you. I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah, also invite me next time, please.
Well,
Right.
we invited the entirety of the Raleigh Bitcoin meetup. So, are you part of that group officially or no?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
But
That's
you might have just like blocked me or something.
Okay.
No.
Now that
it's-
we're
Well,
besties.
now we're
Yes.
besties. I'll invite you personally now,
Okay.
but Simple Steve pushed it out to the group.
Okay,
So
all right. Maybe
I might
missed
go to the
we
meetup
can
tonight.
all
and
blame Simple Steve for
Yeah,
this.
it's
It's
probably
the only
Steve's fault,
fault
yeah.
he'll ever receive.
I'm gonna go to there tonight and be like, number 60.
What were you thinking?
Drop the ball, right?
Anyway, so this glorious event that we've decided to have Next year will be the second annual, and we'll move on and as numbers progress, because we really like numbers around here.
We do.
And so my brother has a pig cooker, and so he just like cooked a pig all day, and we had people over and had barbecue, and like
That's
just
It was
like
great. It was great.
it was like a whole bunch
Family
of
friendly.
totally family friendly. We had a whole bunch of people who knew nothing about Bitcoin, that we had sort of been like, hey, don't you want to come on our podcast
Mhm.
and ask some questions about Bitcoin? It's super friendly. And then past guests. And so we were like walking around. They're like, oh, number 24, what's up?
Yeah.
Number 8, how's it
Yes.
going? Like everybody was like a number, because your number on the show is what you get, and you're forever known by that number.
Yep,
So I'm
yep.
number 40, Anna Bevan.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is number 8, Keen.
Yep.
Okay, now
So
you
you're
have those numbers
137.
like on your website, right? Like, I think
Yeah,
it's all
yes.
coming together now.
Yes,
It
is,
yes.
it is,
Stuart is number 0
Number
because
Yes.
he and Chris did like they're both number 0, and so like you get your number becomes part of your identity.
Exactly. You'll start seeing the number 137 everywhere now. Guarantee
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's a part of who you are.
It's a good number.
Not the BitAxe, but your
Well,
Sat Chats podcast.
This will
number.
become your crowning achievement. Is that
Yes.
you'll be your number 137.
Yes.
I do want to ask you this though about the BitAxe.
Sure.
So a lot of people who come on the show without any Bitcoin cannot understand why Satoshi would make something so outstanding and then just hand it over and bounce with no desire to profit off of what he has produced. And since we haven't had Satoshi on the show yet,
Soon.
shout out, let us know. You can be number 138, Mr. Nakamoto, if you wish. Okay. Hopefully, we can get the perspective of someone who is similar, right, in the form of Skot. So, for all the Satillionaires who don't know, Skot effectively created a breakthrough in the form of little buddy hobby mining at home. Like, it's really cool and fun, and it's great for someone who's jumping down the rabbit hole like me, but quietly it kind of helps to strengthen Bitcoin, because you have these big pools out there where a lot of computing resources are going to kind of make a collective effort. It's fine. Humanity making a collective effort, no problem. But Bitcoin is decentralized, so why is mining centralized? So why don't we decentralize it back out, by putting a BitAxe in every home? And this will be part of our slogan when we run for office. I won't run for office because they'll take one look at my background
I will.
and say,
I will do it.
All right, someone's got it.
my 20s rule me out of I can't ever run. But Anna Bevan will run, and her slogan will be a BitAxe in every home, okay?
Certainly.
So Skot basically created this where you figured out how to like break up these larger miners into this individual chips and make these little buddies out of them. Now, that was an opportunity for Skot to commercialize capitalism. I'm going to make a business out of this or whatever. Like, you could have absolutely wrecked if you had decided to be that guy, but Skot open sourced I didn't do this research myself. This is my understanding, so you can correct me, but my understanding is that you basically created something absolutely dope and then just gave it away for free. And now anyone at home who wants can download the plans for your breakthrough and make their own, which is wild. So why in the world would you do something that unselfish?
I mean, it's the Bitcoin ethos. I don't know if that was my original goal, but it's the Bitcoin ethos, right? Bitcoin is permissionless, right? You don't have to talk to anyone. You don't have to get a job at some company to work on it, to get Bitcoin, to build on Bitcoin, to contribute to the ecosystem. And I think that, as I learned when I was doing this, mining had gotten away from that ethos, and unfortunately so. It became very proprietary and closed, And I don't know, I just felt like that was a bummer. Like I wanted to work on this stuff. I'm an electrical engineer. That's my background, doing electronics. And I wanted to work on Bitcoin mining. And there was nothing. So that's how I got into it, was striving for some open source, some plans, some documents that I could work on and in mining. And there weren't anything. So I just started making it just to learn how to do it, to figure it out for myself. And previously, I had worked on not Bitcoin related electronics projects, and there's lots of open source stuff out there. It's fairly common in the world, and it just seemed messed up that here we have this open, decentralized, permissionless money that is Bitcoin, but one of the most important parts of Bitcoin, which is Bitcoin mining, is totally locked down and proprietary. That just seemed ridiculous to me. So I want to get out there and publish what I could come up with, and also sort of get other people to help me. Like I didn't make all of that entirely myself. Like I have lots of amazing collaborators, random people, also some people in Raleigh who've just shown up and are like, I'm an expert at this one particular subtask. Like I want to help, let's go. And that's how this like really came together and became what it is now.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to develop it?
That's a great question.
Well, I was, I had a day job back then, and I was doing electronics design, but this was just kind of screwing around, nights and weekends on it. And so I futzed around with it for probably like 2 years before it like worked, just kind of messing with it. But actually, this is a pretty cool story. It wasn't until I randomly showed up at the Raleigh Bit Devs, or the Triangle Bit Devs.
Yeah.
So it's another meetup here that's like technical focused. And I brought like my first really rough prototype of the BitAxe that didn't work at all. And I showed it to some of the guys there, and they were like, this is fantastic. Like, I want to help. And they jumped in, and that's how it got working. That's like kind of, once Johnny Nine and Evan and a few other folks there like stepped in and started contributing to it. It's like, all right, this is becoming like a complete system, not just like a hacky little project.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
awesome.
And we've met Evan now.
Yeah. He's coming on the show.
He's coming on the show.
Good.
The BTC++ conference space in Durham.
Yeah.
And he would not let me leave before downloading Mini or something.
No,
it was a wallet. It was a wallet that could take the eCash or something like that. And he sent me some sats through. He was Mini Bits.
Okay.
He made me download the Mini Bits app. He didn't make me. I kind of was like, bro, you want to send me? And he sent me 64 sats in this, because he was somehow, I think eCash is what he's.
Yeah.
Or Fedimint or something.
Yeah.
Something like
his
that.
Shirt.
Yeah.
Was all code
So
stuff.
he's a good dude, and that's crazy that he
smart dude.
Very passionate about Bitcoin. I can tell.
Yes.
But that's really cool that he helped you bring it all together.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into it, and I had reverse engineered some of the sort of mechanical and electrical specs of the chip and had that working. But it turns out there's a lot more that goes into making a miner that you could just plug in. And so,
who would have thought?
Yeah, right. Who would have thought?
Never would have guessed.
Who would have thought? It's kind of like when starting these projects, it helps to like not know what you're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Was there ever a moment where when it finally came together, you were like, oh my God, if I want to go to the dark side, I could make a boatload of cash producing these for profit?
I've worked in that space, not Bitcoin related, for a long time. And I'm actually pretty stoked to not be doing that. I worked for like 10 years designing electronics for other people so that they could build products and sell them. And that's not really what I want to be doing there. I'm really excited now. I can just design. I don't have to deal with all the manufacturing stuff. Obviously, I help people get manufacturing set up so they can make BitAxes, so they can make tens of thousands of BitAxes, but and work with them to deal with the challenges that come up. But my directive, my goal here is designing them and making new miners, make them work better, faster, things like that. And that's a pretty rad spot to be in.
So you're actually the one who's behind the the imbigification of the miner, because you're designing more and more powerful yet still small, not too noisy, not too power hungry miners for people to plug. Because I'm telling y'all, when I bought this, I bought it online. I went to BitAxe, I think like .com.
Yeah.
Which has a super dope like black and red color scheme, right?
That was just someone, I had a really terrible website that I had made, and someone just showed up and they're like, oh, I'm like a graphic designer. I make websites for a living. Like, and they just bang
Casually.
that out.
The people
That
are
website
rallying
is so
around.
rad.
Oh,
They're
that's
just
so
like,
great.
They're like, I love this. I have a BitAxe. Like, I want to help
What?
and put that all together with a full-on professional team. They're in Italy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so cool.
It's crazy to me that someone from Raleigh produced a breakthrough that now people are making worldwide. Because when I went to go buy it, there were some U.S. companies that were selling them. There are some European ones, maybe some Asian ones. Like you've made a global impact.
Yeah, they're manufactured and sold all around the world, like literally all around the world. Like obviously lots in China, but also India, South America, Central America, all around Europe, Africa, you name it. Like, and that's the goal, right? That's what needs to happen, because you run into this problem where if you just sort of have one company behind it and they just have their one manufacturing setup, then, maybe in the dystopian future, Bitcoin mining is illegal. You have just sort of one target to go after to shut it down. But with this being released open source and so many manufacturers all around the world, good luck stopping that.
Yeah.
Wow. So how long were you in Bitcoin before you started making the BitAxe?
Well, I was in Bitcoin, like I was aware of it very early on. I think I probably first heard about Bitcoin in like 2010.
Wow.
But I was like, I don't know, like I got PayPal, like why do I need that? I wasn't super interested. I'm not like into economics or finance or anything like that. And so I wasn't immediately drawn to it. So it wasn't, I had a friend who at a party showed me Silk Road and how he was buying all sorts of illicit things on Silk Road. And I remember him showing me Silk Road, and it has all the prices for all the illicit goods on there. And I was like, well, how much is a Bitcoin worth, right? We're trying to figure out what these prices are worth. And I very clearly remember him telling me it was $30 for a Bitcoin. So that was a while back.
Wow.
$30, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I didn't buy anything. I didn't buy any Bitcoins. I didn't buy anything off Silk Road.
Well, let's just take a moment of silence for Bitcoin at $30 a coin, everybody here. Dude. God. I mean, I buy $54 a week every week. Could you imagine if that was basically 1.5 Bitcoin a week?
You'd be very happy.
Oh my goodness.
It's an interesting thought, though. At $30, it seemed like the price was high,
Okay.
right? Because it
Oh,
had been
interesting.
wallowing
Yeah.
in, I think there was the same case when Bitcoin hit $1, right? It was like, oh man, this is really high, because it had been wallowing below $1 for a long time. When it hit $30, it was like, I missed the boat. It's played out. I should have got it when it was $1.
Meanwhile, it's 101 right now.
It's 101 right now. And we're gonna be thinking the same thing. We're gonna be like, remember when we were sitting around and it crashed down to $100,000 and we thought like, dang, it's still so high. We're gonna be looking back on those days, same way that we look back on $30.
I know, that's so insane.
It's
I
just a
look forward
different
to
frame
that.
of
I really
reference.
do. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
want
It
to
will happen.
be.
It will
I want to
absolutely
be
happen.
in that group of people. That's like, wow, class of 2025. Shut up.
I can't wait till like my great grandkid, because I'm gonna slowly phase through cyborgdom until I'm just a total robot. They'll be like, great granddaddy Stookie, did you really buy Bitcoin when
Stookie.
it was $100,000? I'm like, that's right. You know what I mean? You're the man. I'm like, I am.
There was
And
like
just
a-
kung
You're
fu grip,
welcome.
and I'll just crush some iron with my kung fu grip.
There was this huge run up to like $18,000. And I remember like, that's crazy. Like $18,000 for one Bitcoin. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it just seemed so high. And then it crashed after that. It went way back down. I forget what it was, like 3,000, 5,000, something like that.
Ooh,
after that, and
that's
everyone
a
was
hard
like,
crash.
man, this Bitcoin thing's done. you know, and yeah, it's just the same, like, you know, the number scales up, but it's the same like frame of reference, I think, at
So-
any of these price points.
If you're not into any of the traditional things that someone might be into in terms of it being financial or economics or money or whatever, like why did it click for you? You know, did it click for you because you ended up getting some and using it on Silk Road, or like if it's like a lot of people come to Bitcoin like, hey, it clicked for me that it's money, but if that's not what you're interested in, like what about Bitcoin made you go, oh shoot, Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mean, so I didn't get involved with it. I didn't, you know, get any Bitcoins on Mt. Gox or whatever, thank goodness. I didn't get anything on Silk Road because it just wasn't that interesting for me. And so it wasn't until I think 2013 or so when I learned about Bitcoin mining. And that to me is very interesting. Like, I'm a hardware guy, I'm an engineer. And that's when it started to click for me that this is this open network that's not controlled by anyone. And if you want to join it, if you want to start mining, you don't have to like get an account somewhere. You just do it. And that was kind of blowing my mind. And then also the fact that right in 2013 is when ASICs, like the chips, started to come out. And that was what really sort of formalized Bitcoin mining and Bitcoin mining hardware as big business. And it was just, that's my jam. I really like electronics and think that I could be involved in that and start doing it and not have to ask anyone about it. Really, that's when I got excited about Bitcoin. So this sort of like hands-on practical application for it.
I love the permissionless aspect for you as well.
Yeah.
Because I can hear that a couple of times now. I think it was yesterday I stopped by the UPS store on the way into the studio to ship an Icelandic blanket that we had picked up in Iceland last month for my 40th birthday. Okay. And we were sending it to my wife's girlfriend to say congratulations on her wedding. So Kristen puts the blanket in a box. She wrote our address on the box. She wrote
Their address.
their address on the box, but just their names, Emily and Bob, and then their address. So I go into the UPS store and I set the box down, and my intention is to ship it. The first thing she asks me is, "What's in the box?"
Yeah.
That, and like, I'm a privacy person. I'm a privacy enthusiast. So it like that got my hackles up straight out. Like, and I just said, because apart from me saying it's not an explosive or a poison or anthrax or anything, like, why do you need to know what's in the box? So I said, it's a gift. And she said, okay. Well, I see it says Emily and Bob here on this package. We need their last name. And I was thinking to myself, if I have my address and the other person's address, you should be able to write literally whatever you want. And you don't even necessarily need a name, technically, at least to send it through the postal service. What about having their last name is important to you delivering the box to that address? And I said, I have no idea what their last name is because I barely engage with the present moment. I try to be on autopilot as much as humanly possible so I can spend more time thinking thoughts in my head. I know my wife's girlfriend's last name, but that's probably not her last name anymore because she just got married. I got no idea what Bob's last name is, okay? And even if somebody tells me, I'm not going to record it in my brain for any kind of length of time because that's not important, right? That dude's name is Bob. That's all I need to know. So I was like, well, I don't know what their last name is. She's like, well, I got to tell you, it might not get delivered if we don't have their last name. And I was getting more and more enraged. And then she's like, and also, I really do need to know what's in the box. And I was like, it's a blanket. It's a blanket. Okay? What, like, why do you need to know what my blood type is and whether I have a good relationship with my mom still? Or like, what else do you need to take a box from this address to that address? And I left that UPS store thinking, number one, I hope I never have to do that again. Number two, Bitcoin just works. Because if I have my address and you have your address, I can send the Bitcoin directly to you. And with this BitAxe too, when I bought it, I just plugged this sucker into the wall. And that was pretty much the extent of what I needed to do, apart from connecting it to the wireless and like getting it into the pool. I was able to do it. And I get very angry when electronics don't work the way I think they should. And I was able to get through it without throwing a fit. So like it pretty much is a plug and play thing. And you can just mine Bitcoin in a permission-free way. You can just send Bitcoin in a like Bitcoin just works, man.
Yeah, that's one of the, in my opinion, one of the most magical things about Bitcoin is that permissionless aspect, right? You can just do it. It's pretty hard for someone to stop you, to prevent you from doing it. And like you're saying with the UPS example, right? There's so many things in life, so many like digital online web services, where you have to get an account with someone. They can close your account. That happened to my PayPal account twice. And it's just like they can restrict your ability to transact or to interact with other people, to exchange things. And it's pretty unfortunate across the board. And Bitcoin is really exciting in that there's no one in charge. Like, it's an open network, and that it's a network of rules, but without rulers is also an amazing engineering achievement and just fantastic to think about.
It really feels like humanity has figured out how to promote fairness moving into the future.
Yeah. That's a really good point. It really is. Like, we can, keep you from stealing my money, from anyone else from stealing my money, yet I don't have to like ask anyone for permission to do it. And no one can undo it.
But is that going to like extend across in other things, other areas, other industries, other thoughts on like, because if you say that Bitcoin is basically teaching people about fairness, like, do you actually think that's going to extend further into humanity?
Well, I think it's almost enforcing fairness is what I was trying to say by using the word promoting.
Okay.
Because my Bitcoin is my Bitcoin. You can't dilute it just because you say so. If you want it, you need to earn it from me, either by handing me another form of money that I'm comfortable with, at least for that moment in time, or by delivering some type of good or service, right? And if this system of rules, not rulers, it just I feel like money is like the base layer of life. And we've allowed governments to get down into that base layer. And it's like having the game Genie in the Nintendo, like where they just give themselves 99 lives before they start playing Ninja Gaiden. But you and I got to play Ninja Gaiden with only the amount of lives. It's impossible. You can't beat that game unless you use the game Genie. I feel like that's what they've done, and that's not fair. So I think that Bitcoin is going to enforce fairness to where individuals and businesses and governments will eventually need to actually supply value in exchange for their money versus what they can do now, which is either print more, or in some cases, if you're not a government, do a bunch of rich person or corporation hijinks to, get loans or whatever, just do all that madness. So I guess, what do you think, Scott? Do you think that Bitcoin is going to remake this world in its image over time?
Absolutely. I'm a big subscriber to the Bitcoin fixes this meme. It's a very important base layer towards interacting, right? And we can see that that's true in the way that some other, unsavory governments, like authoritarian regimes around the world, they use money and sort of your ability to store value as a way to control you. I do a lot of work with the Human Rights Foundation, which is an amazing organization that uses Bitcoin and Bitcoin tools to help support people, trying to survive under authoritarian regimes around the world and hang on to their value and be able to extract it or be able to escape those regimes with their, savings, so they're not just totally crushed. Because you can really restrict what a person can do when you take away their money or take away their ability to transact. It's actually really sinister. And I think Bitcoin is a fantastic tool for doing that. Now, it's not going to necessarily just, bestow fairness and freedom upon everything, but having that base layer that you can build upon that can't be controlled, I think is an incredible tool for promoting freedom.
It goes a long way toward eliminating hijinks in many different areas.
It does. I mean, we see it used as a financial control, repression as a weapon against people all the time. All the time.
I mean, currently.
Yes, currently.
Yeah.
Currently. And, going from a cash society towards a digital money society, it just makes it even easier for governments to control people, because it's just like they just call up the bank and be like, that person can't withdraw any money, or, taking the money out, or just inflating the dollar and reducing everyone's purchasing power across the board. So it's really easy and really tempting for governments to just do that and screw over people all around the world. So Bitcoin fixes that base layer, which hopefully will fix everything else.
I do not think we are headed for some type of dystopian environment, but I very much like preparing for that possibility. I like the idea of being able to protect my family effectively no matter what. And kind of like in that 1920s style black and white, Charlie Chaplin film, I think, maybe it was Buster Keaton, but the side of the house falls and he's standing right where the window is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
By the way, those stunts back in the day were uber dangerous. Like, if they messed that one up, that dude was out. But I always like to think of, if the side of the house does fall down, how can I make sure I'm standing right where the window is going to be, to where, it hurts for the glass to break on top of my head, but I make it through the other side while everyone else gets squashed, right? And I think we hear like terms about like, I'm building my Bitcoin citadel. I hear that often, where people are kind of like trying to insulate themselves. Citadel, love that word. Kind of appeals to my Middle Ages vibe that I like. But I don't necessarily think we're going to like head literally to a world where it's, Ray Bradbury firefighters are the ones setting books on fire. Do you think that we're literally going to head into a dystopian world, or does it simply spark joy for you to make sure that you're prepared in case that happens?
It definitely sparks joy to prepare for that sort of thing. I read 1984 in high school and thought it seemed pretty far-fetched, but the number of things that we've seen sort of Orwellian, in that frame coming true, like listening devices around, right? I remember when I was reading 1984 in high school, Big Brother's tool to make sure that they can keep track of everyone is to have these microphones hidden everywhere. And I remember thinking, that's ridiculous. How are they going to get microphones hidden everywhere? Well, I guess it turns out we're just going to buy Amazon Alexas and install them all over our houses. And we've seen, I think, Ring with the doorbell cameras, they initially had an opt-in policy where you could provide video from your doorbell to law enforcement, and then they changed it to opt-out, like on by default.
Oh,
There's lots of things that the sort of pervasive internet, always connected environment provides for. And is it a dystopia? I don't know when it becomes a dystopia, but there's lots of potential for people doing incredibly bad things, for companies doing incredibly bad things, individuals. We have all these rules now about you have to provide your ID to view different websites, and then where do all those IDs and photos and everything get stored in your addresses? Well, they get stored in some random database somewhere, and we've seen those getting hacked repeatedly. So now that's in the hands of who knows who for using for whatever. So it's a slippery slope. Like obviously it's not gonna just like flip a switch and we're in a dystopia, but things are trending towards, well, let's just say they're trending towards the need for increased privacy.
I tell you what, man. And I went through a book called Extreme Privacy. And I think like the subtitle is like What It Takes to Disappear or something like that.
Okay.
Michael Bazell wrote it. Dude, it is awesome.
Really?
I mean, he takes you through how to register yourself as a nomad in South Dakota.
Okay. All right.
With a mailing address that goes to a service in South Dakota that will open your mail for you and take a photo of it and send it to you to where you literally never have to ever be there.
Okay.
And he talks about going and getting yourself a fresh computer by finding someone in your friend network who doesn't give a lick about their own privacy, handing them cash and sending them into the big box store to buy the device because the cameras will pick you up as you buy it and could potentially tie you to the number on the bottom of the I mean, wild, this guy. And I did as much as I could to harden myself for privacy purposes, which, by the way, I love, non-KYC Bitcoin, which for all the Satillionaires in the audience, it means Bitcoin that nobody knows is yours, right? Because when we go on Bitcoin Well, you literally feel like a criminal getting verified on an exchange. They're like, okay, you got to take a photo of your face like this. You got to take a photo of your face like this.
Oh, really?
You got to take a photo of your face like this. I'm like,
Yes.
What is this, like a freaking lineup? I'm just trying to buy some Bitcoin, man.
Yeah.
So I do all this work to harden my smartphone, my laptop, all these things, right? I have to go to Canada for work because I was in cybersecurity sales before becoming a Bitcoin podcaster.
Oh, nice.
You cross the border, they got to take a photo of you. Number one, they won't let you do it with the ball cap or the sunglasses on. I take it out, they're like, hey, buy BT dubs. This will be kept in our records for 10 to 15 years. It's over. All the privacy steps I've taken, it's over. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, and we had Jameson Lopp on the show. He's number 33.
Oh, right on.
He was like, if you want, I was like, how, because he's super private as well.
Yeah.
I was like, well, how do you vote? He's like, he's like, you can't vote if you want to be private. I was like, oh my God, dude. Because you can just search me up and my voter record pops up and there's my name, there's my address. It's over, dude. It's ridiculous. So privacy is outstanding. Bitcoin that nobody knows is yours is really good. But then you also have to take like additional steps to try to remain somewhat private, don't you? Because they're kind of tracking all the addresses that they can track these days.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of this stuff in the US is sort of, advertising driven, right? A lot of the products we buy, services that we interact with, right? It's subsidized in one way or another by them taking your personal data and selling that for advertising purposes, right? So that's not necessarily sinister on its face, but the data doesn't get deleted ever, so it's there. It's really tough. Once this information is out there, it's really tough to get it back, to delete it. Like these things never get deleted.
Well, what would you say then to the Satillionaire, as we call them here on the show, who's in the audience? They're listening to your episode. They think this stuff is cool, which, by the way, y'all should think this is cool. It's a freaking lottery ticket every 10 minutes. 3.125 Bitcoin. Let's say that they're interested in your episode, but they're also getting a little frightful of like going down a rabbit hole that ends with a dystopian need for increased privacy. How would you recommend that they get started with Bitcoin without freaking out or having a nervous breakdown about what accepting Bitcoin as money kind of means as you go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole?
Yeah, I mean, the best way to do it is to just get started. Buy a little bit, sign up with, the exchange you like, buy a little bit, or, get some sats from a friendly podcast or a show or whatever. Just get some and start playing around with it. You don't have to invest big money to get started. And just learn how it operates, how to send it to someone, how to get it from someone. Because I don't know, it's really fun. It's cool. It's It's neat technology. I think just get started. You don't have to worry too much about what you're doing. You're not gonna mess it up, or if you do, you're not gonna be out a bunch of money. I think some people tend to like, oh, this is this like really important investment. I need to like, if I'm gonna get into it, I need to like invest tens of thousands of dollars or whatever, so that as my investment. It's like, just start small, just try it, just see what you like, and chances are you'll like it and fall down that rabbit hole. Hopefully you'll fall down that rabbit hole and you'll learn more and figure out what you're doing. Yeah, because it's pretty exciting. That's how I'd recommend to get into it.
Yeah, I'll say I'm definitely you can Google my name and I own like the first 8 pages of Google. Like I'm very Googleable.
Ooh.
Like very Googleable. Background in politics, like lots, like op-eds, like written. You can find out anything I've ever thought from the internet.
Man.
Because it was all published. And so it's just like, it's really interesting to hear this like whole privacy, nobody knows anything about me thing, because that's very much not me.
I had scrubbed it before this show. I had scrubbed it all the way down to a LinkedIn profile. That was the only result for me on Google.
That is insane,
And,
Stuart.
and now I've just exploded it all back open. But you know what? It's in the name of Bitcoin. And I'll do whatever it takes to serve Bitcoin because it is the greatest. So there's absolutely more to Bitcoin and to Bitcoin mining than we will ever fit into a single chat about sats, alas. So we do ask each of our guests if they'd be willing to come back on in 9 months to give us an update on their Bitcoin baby. Would you be willing to do that for us, Scott?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's
of
go.
course.
Awesome.
Come
Just right
on.
around the corner. Let's do it.
We're just right around the corner, all right?
Especially if you invite me to the party.
Yeah,
Right.
the party's
Always.
gonna happen.
You're getting a solid invite. It'll be personalized.
Dude, you're part of the crew now.
Yes.
So let's turn it over then to Ithaca Hummus.
Yes. So we are sponsored by Ithaca Hummus. Today we will be having the French onion flavoring, which Ithaca reminds us to buy the dip.
That should be their slogan.
That's good.
It should
That's
be.
an awesome
Yeah,
slogan,
yeah.
isn't it, right?
I like that.
That's
It's
not
great.
their slogan,
So
but it should be.
Put a little on your woven wheat, and we'll all crunch together.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's such a small bite.
That was good. I'm going fat glob.
Yeah.
You've
You
had
can,
this
you can
before.
see Kitty drew me right there behind you, getting a fat glob of.
It's
hummus
also the only-
with my laser eyes.
That's the
That's
only
green,
picture
nice, huh?
and record of his
I don't
eyes.
know why it's green, but it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the collab with the Graza olive oil.
Maybe.
All right,
ready?
cheers.
Oh, French onion.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's super tasty.
Oh yeah.
Now I had to have seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Please have seconds.
Get back in there, man. I'm going back
Oh,
in.
bigger.
Yeah.
So you came and brought us stickers. You will be leaving with gifts from us.
Yeah.
Shout out, y'all. Take a look here. Okay.
Hot off the press. Just got those in.
Bam.
They
Limited
were a
edition.
little warm when I touched them too.
We're gonna find somewhere.
Or we could just like put it on your face.
There we go.
Yeah.
This is Bonzo, the Ithaca Hummus mascot with laser eyes, shooting a chickpea.
Is that how it's made?
Chris and I have talked about installing Bitcoin miners in his facilities in New York so that we can heat up the water that boils the chickpea
Yeah.
with the heat of the miners.
Mining
the
heat
hummus
use
is-
huge.
Dude, then,
It's the future of Bitcoin mining, actually. Like, this is a whole nother amazing topic, but
okay.
yeah.
So when you
Heat
come back
reuse-
on at 9,
We got to talk about that.
the heating.
Because that was like use it or lose it energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're amazing heaters, and they also generate, Bitcoin at the same time. It's
insane.
it's a double bonus.
Double bonus.
So that tub belongs to you. Also, number 83, Aladdin, is at the head of Bitcoin trading cards.
Oh, all right.
And this is his gift to you for coming on the show. So
yeah.
it breaks Bitcoin down into collectible concepts that you can trade and collect. It's pretty dope.
Right on.
And their
Thank
Telegram
you.
community is like off the chain. They are like a great group of people. So that's for you. That's for you.
And then this offer.
Oh,
Okay.
the offer.
Dude, and he's going to
Yes.
stack
The
up
offer.
today
I
during
know.
this dip. Dang.
If he chooses, he has the choice.
Holy crap.
So here at Sat Chats, we believe in value for value. So in exchange for your time and coming on our show, we'd like to give you a choice of $50 in fiat or $50 in Bitcoin, which at today's exchange rate is 48,700 Satoshis.
That's a lot of Satoshis.
I know. In this choice,
Yeah.
you can be added to the wall of the Perleroids,
Mhm.
sponsored by the Pearl Collective.
Wait, either choice I get.
Either choice. If you turn around, you can see there's one that says $50. That's I
But
think
you would
that's,
be a standout and a
that's
sore
my
thumb.
sister taking the $50 and she spends it that night for Taco Tuesday. Yeah, that's my sister. That's my older sister.
Does the $50 come in this amazing display case?
No,
No.
we just won't touch it physically with our hands because we.
It's dirty. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who else has touched it? You know, it's like,
An excellent question.
A centralized power has touched it, so we know it's tainted.
yeah. And they just bang that out of their printer. You know, they're like, we need some more
MBD.
fitties. Like,
It's
let's
not even printer goes Bert anymore. It's just button goes click these days.
Yeah.
It's degenerate.
It's messed up.
Mm.
Well, that is a very crisp, amazing looking 50. New design. I think they just, trying to keep it interesting.
Yeah,
That old
yeah,
dirty
keep us
fiat,
guessing.
add some colors to it,
Yeah.
make it look more
Appealing.
appealing.
Yeah.
Your phone's cool too. That does look really appealing, but as we all know, that is losing its value as fast as humanly possible. So I'll go with the
Let's
sats.
go.
Yes.
High five, dude. Come on, man. Let's
High
go.
five.
Scott with the Satoshis. Look at this. Every couple of years, they just make the president's head bigger.
That's right.
And as you come on every 9 months, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger to where the $50 bill is just going to be Ulysses S. Grant's eyeball right here. That's it. They're going to zoom in so far. That's all you're going to see, man.
It's they're trying to instill some sort of stability in the dollar that we all know just ain't there.
Oh,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Bye, Felicia. So 48,700 Satoshis. That's what you stacked with us here on today's show. You bring our scoreboard to 139 who have stacked the Satoshis, along with 9 who have chosen the cash. And when they come back on in 9 months, we'll keep working on them. We'll say, but Scott wants you to know it's permissionless. Like, what are you don't get this.
It's permissionless. It's so much more exciting.
Yeah.
Rules, not rulers.
And you know what
Rulers.
I need to have Scott sign my BitAxe before it goes back into the laundry room. You know what I mean?
I really thought you were going to ask that off camera. I'm so glad you asked it on camera.
Dude, we're going to put together a conference here in Raleigh eventually. Sir Walter Bitcoin, and it's going to be the bomb.
It's going to be so great.
And we're gonna have
I'm in. I'm all in.
we're gonna do some custom like Scott 9000 X Sat Chats bright orange BitAxe, and it's gonna be signed number 137 Scott, and they're gonna be like in a
Yeah.
glass case, like, and everybody who buys a ticket gets like a chance to win it. You know, it'll
Oh, I
be
love how you're
sick.
advancing this.
We're
as
gonna
we
be
talk.
we're gonna be crushing.
Yes.
Yeah,
So anyways-
special edition BitAxes. That's gonna
Special
be
edition.
huge.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a mint. Now Scott's unselfish enough to not become a corporate overlord, but I am not. And I will take Scott's signature and monetize the heck out of it, okay?
Please do.
Or maybe what we'll do, because I can't be that bad, maybe the proceeds will go to the Human Rights Foundation or something like that. We'll do like that. How about that?
That's
what about
also
a
fantastic
percentage
option.
of? 'Cause then
Anna Bevan always trying to claw back a little bit for the team here, okay? Well, we are giving away sats every day. So
Every
we do need
day.
sats to come in, all right?
There you go. Get some more
Yeah.
BitAxes.
We're exactly.
Just
Yeah,
run 'em.
we've-
You gotta
We're gonna
run 'em.
turn her shed into like a little mining
Yeah.
shed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we're
is.
gonna get
It
some.
is in the works.
This is the way.
Of
Yeah.
we've made it into the part of what if we did this. So we're at the Stewart phase.
Yes.
We're not quite yet at the Chris and Anna Bevan phase.
Exactly.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Just do it. You're gonna love it.
Yes.
Oh, that feels like
You know what-
jumping
you know-
into cold water.
You don't want this analysis paralysis. Like, oh, what are we gonna do? How's it gonna work? I don't know. Just go
Yeah.
for it. It's
Get
gonna
a
be so
BitAxe.
fun.
Plug it in, right? Because we firmly believe here on Sat Chats that we can only keep the Bitcoin that we give away.
You can only keep the Bitcoin that you give away.
Yeah. If we want to keep our Bitcoin, we got to give it away.
There you go.
right?
The same amount?
So don't think about it too hard, right? He just said analysis
I was
paralysis.
like,
Scott, where do you want to send our satillionaires if they're interested in spending time with you? Or if they're interested in getting themselves a BitAxe or learning how to build one themselves?
BitAxe.org, a fantastic website. Check it out. We got links on there to the community, OSMU surrounding BitAxe and open source Bitcoin mining development. There's places you can just go and buy one. There's links to the plans if you want to build one. Yeah, you can do this. Check it out.
Let's go.
awesome.
All right, Abes, we'll turn it over to you.
All right. If you enjoyed today's show and love Scott as much as we did, click subscribe at your chance to win 2 million Satoshis when we get to 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And there are ways to find out more how you can support, sponsor, and even sign up to grab your slot in the studio, whether it's virtual or in person. And Sat Chats is for educational purposes only and should not be construed as financial advice. Our guest views are their own.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And
But should be yours too.
Yeah, come on.
Yes.
You should.
Thank you, Scott.
You should adopt Scott's views.
Yes.
We're just gonna
do
say
I
it.
don't mind. Just take it. Go roll with it.
We're just gonna.
Yes.
He's open sourcing his views on today's episode. Okay.
Yep.
Love that.
Yeah. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
And keep stacking those sats.
Keep stacking them sats. Also, Scott and I are besties now. Yeah.
Which is the real reason why we have a podcast.
That's right.